Let's do it. Let's go live. We're live from OC Patio here. I'm your host, OC of the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Beautiful, sunny, warm day here in the northeastern United States. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Monday, right? Say Monday? Monday, June 8th, 2026. And we're live. We're live from OC Patio. We're doing a quick 15-minute stream. 5 times 3, 15. 15-minute stream today to talk about a couple things on my mind. Number one, I want to talk about the absolute hottest watch of the year. Hottest watch of the year. And I think you'll agree with me. This is it. Even though it's unattainable, completely unattainable, among rich people, among the most successful people, this is the watch after which most people are clamoring to try to obtain. This is the hottest watch. It's the Richard Mille 5501, introduced a couple of months ago. And this thing is awesome. This thing's awesome. And I hope somebody in our community actually gets it. I hope somebody, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I hope somebody in our community ends up with this piece. By the way, quick audio check. We have 2 people watching. If you're one of the 2 people watching, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Give me a quick audio check. Number 2, if you're watching this while we're live, if you just joined the live stream, YouTube starts you at the beginning of the live stream. You could zoom all the way ahead and join us live. So if you're watching, if you just joined the live stream, check and see if we're live, and you can zoom ahead, fast forward ahead to the live portion. Then you can go back and rewatch the beginning if you want to stay up with the chat. What's up, guys? We're going to do a quick 15-minute stream to talk about Richard Mille. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to the Journey podcast. Shout out to the Journey podcast. I'm going to be playing some content from their YouTube channel, and we do so consistent with United States copyright laws under fair use. But let's see. We have nobody in the chat. We have nobody watching. Oh, we have one person watching. One person watching. And that person is Whole Milk. Whole Milk says, is 15 minutes enough to discuss the new Raymond Weil? I will not be discussing that brand today. But I will be discussing Richard Mille, and I want to give a shout out to the Journey podcast. And I did connect with them, and they gave me full permission to play content from their channel. And we're going to get right to it. They did an interview with TimePiece Trading CEO Neel Alwani, and I thought it was a pretty good interview. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about Neel, and I learned a lot about TimePiece Trading. And listen, their customers aren't my cup of tea. Like, they're not like, you know, I don't kind of consider myself in the same league as their type of customer, if you know what I mean. But they do know a lot about Richard Mille, and they have a lot of RM customers. They have a lot of hype customers, you know. So I think you need to listen to what they have to say, because they do have the pulse on the hype market. By the way, make sure you use your member milestone chats for June. I'm going to drop a link to the memberships, but if you have a star next to your name, which Whole Milk doesn't, by the way, Whole Milk's not a member of the channel. But if you do have a star next to your name, please use your member milestone chats for the month of June. Thank you. All right, let's get to it. Here is a link. I'm going to pull up the Journey podcast. Pull it up, OC. Pull it up. And let's get into it. It's an interview with TimePiece Trading CEO Neel Alwani. I have the subtitles on. Anyone who wants to join in with the commentary can just click on the panel link, jump on the panel, type a question in the chat. I'll answer pretty much any question. And we'll go from there. This is the host of the Journey podcast. I don't know his name. I apologize. Maybe we'll learn it as the interview goes on. But this interview is entitled "The Hardest Watches to Get." The hardest watches to buy right now and why influencers are changing the game. Interview with Neel Alwani, CEO of TimePiece Trading. As you guys know, TimePiece Trading, Miami-based dealer. They deal in all the hype stuff. Iced out factory APs, Richard Mille, Patek Philippe, all that good stuff. Let's get to it. Let's listen in.
Who right now is spending more? Is it the influencers or the rappers?
All day.
Ooh, good question. By the way, remember when Tracks NYC, Max Agajani was asked about who the worst type of customers were in his business, he said the rappers. He said the rappers were the worst customers, that they were the most demanding and they never paid. Let's see what Neel says. Who are more important customers, influencers or rappers?
I'm always gonna answer you, dude.
Who right now is spending more? Is it the influencers or the rappers?
All day influencers.
Wow.
Like tenfold. Can't even compare.
Tenfold, the all day, the influencers. I'm assuming he's talking about people like the huge social media influencers, like the big YouTubers. I don't even know who they are. Whoever those big guys are, like Logan Hall. Who are the big? They're like huge. They have millions of people on YouTube. If you have who's your favorite massive influencer on YouTube or social media? Just drop your favorite in the chat.
Honestly,
Really?
yeah, the money they make, it's a whole new level, bro.
Wow.
Like they're making in the 6-7 digits with like way smaller following than these
6-7 digits. So 6 digits would be like in the hundreds of thousands. 7 digits would be like in the millions.
rappers, and they also spend it easier. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah.
They spend.
They are a lot more loose with their money.
Rappers, and they also spend it easier. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah.
They spend it easier. They come in. It's like a 1 hour thing and a couple 100,000. You know.
Who has spent the most money with you?
Definitely Steve. He's my number one.
Steve. Hey, who Steve did? Let's see what we have in the chat. Whole Milk's still the only person watching. Influencers like OC drive the market. I think I'd like to say that I report on the market. I don't drive the market. To the extent to which my responsibility is to ensure that people don't waste their money and that they stick with the crown and stick with the cross. Reach for the crown, reach for the cross, Rolex and Patek, and Richard Mille and AP. Although maybe AP should be replaced by Vacheron in 2026. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me know if we should replace AP as an OC approved brand with Vacheron Constantin. Maybe we should. So I don't consider myself an influencer. And by the way, as you guys know, I don't take a penny from the brands. I don't take a penny from retailers. So I'm not in their back pocket. I'm not in the back pocket of anybody. I tell it like it is. And by the way, I get messages every single day, private messages, mainly on Instagram, thanking me for saving people thousands and thousands of dollars. People who say, listen, I was thinking about buying a Tudor. I was thinking about buying an Omega. and I didn't, and I ended up buying a Rolex instead. Some of these people are buying very expensive Rolex, and they say thank you for saving me a lot of money, because I would have gone down a rabbit hole of buying the 2 or 3 different watches and then losing my ass. So I appreciate all those messages. If OC tells me to buy a 5513, that's a Rolex, a 4-digit Rolex Submariner, with shitty picks, I do it, no questions asked. I think one thing that people know, and I have sold some watches from my collection. I've sold Bucherer, I've sold a couple of Tudors, I sold Omega, I sold Zenith. Every watch that I've ever sold to a member of the community or to a friend, their experience has been a 5-star VIP experience. But I would never. That's why I have one of the top ratings on the social apps. Mr. Fahrenheit is in the chat, and he's a member of the OC channel. I would vote to replace Audemars Piguet with Vacheron Constantin. Thank you, Mr. Fahrenheit. Look at that. We got one vote. One vote for dumping AP and replacing with Vacheron in the OC Trinity. Let's keep going. Steve, I think he's referring to Steve Will Do It, because I've seen Steve Will Do It. I don't know what Steve's real name. I'm assuming it's Wildenstein or something. And he changed it to Will Do It to sound more American. But I'm curious to know how much Steve has spent with Timepiece Trading.
1,000, you know.
Who has spent the most money with you?
Definitely Steve. He's my number 1 client.
Wow.
We're touching 20 million, if I'm not wrong.
Holy shit! It's 20 million.
Yeah. And now, what about some of like the new up and coming streamers?
Wow. 20. Steve Will Do It spent $20 million on watches and jewelry at Timepiece Trade. That's incredible.
Like the Togis, the Aiden
Togi
Ross.
spent $1 million.
Who's Togi? Togi and Aiden? Who are those people? Does anybody know who those people are? Who's Togi?
About some of like the new up and coming streamers, like the Togis, the Aiden
Togi
Ross.
spent $1 million for sure with me. Aiden has spent a couple million with me.
Wow.
I don't know Togi, but and I don't know Aiden, but kudos for spending all that money.
He's the Aiden
Togi
Ross.
spent $1 million for sure with me. Aiden has spent a couple million with me.
Wow.
I think all of them are my clients, bro. I show Speed, Kai Sanat, Togi, Steve.
Who's Speed? Are these names of people? I have Speed, Kai Sanat, Togai, Steve. I don't know who these people are,
I
but
think all of them are my clients, bro. I show Speed, Kai Sanat, Togi, Steve, Clav's my client, TJR.
TJ. Hey, TG. Does it mean TGV? TGV is a client? Who's TJR? Does that mean TJR, the jewelry Renaissance? I mean, I don't even know what that stands for. I don't know what that stands for. But listen, let's just breeze by this part. He's got some huge social media influencers who are his customers. A lot of those guys are in Miami, so it makes sense that they go to the premier hype watch secondary resource in Miami. So that makes sense, whoever those people are.
Yeah, I think I got that whole market cornered, which is beautiful.
Cornered, baby. He's got the market cornered.
Good prices, great service, 24/7. I answer, and trust is big.
Yeah.
Trust is important. Once you break someone's trust, you are done. You are done. Comments in the chat here. Whole Milk says the combined intelligence quotient, that's IQ, the combined IQ of his clients is 120. That's not nice. Whole Milk. Got Jen G, who's a member, who's in the chat. Look at that. She knows she's up to speed on everything. Togi is a fitness streamer. Okay. I Show Speed. Is that a name of a YouTube channel? Is a variety streamer. Not sure what that is. Not sure what Aiden Ross does. I know Jeff Ross. I know the comedian Jeffrey Ross. He does the roasts on Comedy Central. Let's see. Cylinder is the drug addict who took a hammer to his face to make himself prettier. Wow. Shout out to Cylinder. Weird names.
24/7 I answer, and
Good prices, great service, 24/7. That's why he's got the entire market covered. He's got the market cornered. The influencer market is cornered, according to Neel Alwani, CEO of TimePiece Trading.
Trust is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think your, I guess, Steve's loyalty to you kind of bled into all these other people coming to you?
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
I think a lot of people even called Steve, said, yo, I'm gonna go check out Neel. Like, make sure he takes care of me with the same pricing.
That's word of mouth. Word of mouth references is key in our hobby.
They're all super happy. And you know, these people are connected. They have people in their DMs all day. They have watch dealers reaching out once they see them on my YouTube. And
of course, it's cutthroat, absolutely cutthroat. They see somebody appear on a video in his store, like, hey, I'd like to be able to earn your business. You know, come, you know, we'll treat you good. We'll give you the best prices.
For sure, they're asking other people for the price, and there's a reason they keep coming back to me. You know?
Wow. And what does the office look like when Steve and Togi come in?
The shit show, brother. There's gonna be 30, 40 people in there. They're smoking, which we don't generally allow. People.
Yeah, I know what that's like. I know, like when I go to Wempe, or if I'm going into Bucherer, they pretty much close the place down. I've got a huge entourage. You know, I got security. I got 2 or 3 big guys flanking me. Got some people with weed, smoking. Yeah, it's a scene, man. It's I wouldn't call it a shit show, but yeah, it's a scene.
The office look like when Steve and Togi come in?
The shit show, brother. There's gonna be 30, 40 people in there. They're smoking, which we don't generally allow. People are getting drunk, but it's crazy. I mean,
you get them drunk so they can spend $1 million on watches. That's smart. That's what they do at Bucherer. Hey, that's what they do everywhere you go. Hey, would you like some champagne? Of course. How else are you going to spend 6 or 7 grand on a Breitling unless you are toast? You are hopped up on whatever they give you at these watch stores. How are you going to spend like 70, 80 grand on a Blanc Pawn unless you are wasted?
The aura when they're in there, there's so much happening, but money is being spent too. The business is eating as well, and it's just great. It's great for everyone.
Wonder what they have for food there. Like, do they order like Taco Bell for everyone, or do they have like do they call like Domino's and have like 6 or 7 pies delivered? I wonder what they have for food when what's big in Miami food wise? Oh, they could have like Cuban food delivered. Holy shit. Yeah, the problem, I mean, they're high on weed, they're starving, they're drunk, they want to spend millions. Yeah, get them like a whole bunch of Cuban food. Fucking Cuban, set up a Cuban buffet in there. Go fucking hog wild. I bet you that is a shit show. We've got some more people joining in the chat. We got The Mall, who's a member. What's up, homies? It's your boy Big Vimy in the house. Tough market, dealers have to slide into DMs now to sell watches. Well, listen, they're trying to steal customers. They are trying to steal the leads. They're stealing the leads. They see all these big influencers at Timepiece Trading, and they're like, hey, I'm going to try and convince this person to do a custom jewelry piece with me, whatever. And we've got the one and only Jonathan Quayle Higgins. He's back on YouTube, one of the smartest watch guys on YouTube. Hello to everyone on the original OC stream, and welcome back. Hope you've had a great time in the Mediterranean. I did. I was in Turkey, Italy, and Greece, and that's why I was gone for a couple of weeks. Thank you for welcoming me back. White Castle sliders. Yeah, they probably order like 60, 70 sliders. maybe even like I bet you they order 2,000 sliders. They call up White Castle and say, listen, I like 2,000 sliders delivered to Timepiece Trading. So far, I think this interview is pretty interesting. And they're going to get into a lot more tangible kind of watch industry stuff coming up. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Their content comes out great in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Those content creators bring their videographers too. So not only are they shooting videos for Timepiece Trading, but they're shooting videos for their own content platforms as well. That makes sense.
And what does a coin flip look like with them? How much pressure is it when you guys are flipping for, you know, pretty expensive watch?
I've done like 2 6-digit coin flips now, one with Togi, one with Steve.
Wow.
I lost the one with Togi. I made it back with Steve. So I was like kind of break even. It was great.
I'm not, call me old school, call me boring and conservative, but this whole idea of coin flips, it's really not entertaining and it's kind of stupid. And it incentivizes and encourages gambling. And I understand that these guys like that sensation of, you know, the risk taking, you know, that endorphin hit or whatever it's called, dopamine hit. Did I say endorphin? Endorphin hit or dopamine or whatever of gambling and risking money. It's not cool. And influencers should really not be incentivizing or encouraging people to engage in risky behavior like gambling, especially with the huge sums of money like that.
I think I've done the biggest coin flip from any watch dealer. I think. I don't think anyone's done bigger.
And what watch was that for?
It was Steve owed me $1.2 million. So it was
oh shit. 1.2 million. Ouch. I hope he paid his bill.
100K up and down on the tab.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't do credit, but Steve, we have different, like our arrangements are different than everyone else. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't do credit. But with Steve will do it. It's special. That makes sense. It's the one guy that brings him a lot of business, and that guy's going to get special terms.
So how does that work with like credit? You know, like with your clients, is it only Steve or
literally there's one person in my book that gets credit, and it's Steve, and it's because he does a lot of marketing for me. Obviously, there's companies that pay 7 digits monthly for that. I don't pay $1. We have our deal, you know. Like
that makes sense. So, like the Steve will do it guy, there are tons of people who pay him a lot of money for him to promote their products and services or whatever. He doesn't pay anything. So in return, he gives them very good pricing and terms, meaning like you can walk in, take a watch, walk away with it, pay nothing, and it'll just go on your tab. That's a risky scenario. Whole Milk says this encourages gambling. OC, I hate to tell you, but these are all gambling live streamers. That's why I don't know any of them. That's why I have no idea who these people are. I'm not consuming gambling live stream content. And we have Leonardo DiCaprio in the chat under his moniker, YoLeo05. He's a member of the channel. Hello, OC in chat. Good to see Leo here. Let's keep going. This is the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. We've got now 6 people watching, which is pretty darn good for the afternoon. We are reviewing a interview of Neel Alwani, CEO of Timepiece Trading, on the Journey podcast, and I dropped the link to the Journey podcast up in the chat previously. I'll drop it again later. And join the panel if you want to talk about it. Otherwise, we're going to do a quick 15-minute live stream, go through this video, and share some of the insights. Let's do it.
He gets credit, he gets cost. When people see me quote Steve on a watch on YouTube and they're like, yo, why'd you quote me so much more? It's like, yeah, did you bring me 200,000 followers in 48 hours?
Right. Yeah. What did you do for me? What value did you provide to me for me to provide you with great pricing and great terms? Nothing.
And so every other client that works with you, they're paying.
Yeah, I don't.
And they walk out with the watch, and that's it.
I don't leave anything with the client until it's fully paid for.
Good. That's a good practice. I like that. Listen, nothing goes to a client unless you've paid. Pay up front. If we wouldn't have had that many people there was a report a couple of weeks back. There's a guy in California who scammed people from 2022 to 2026, $1.5 million. He scammed 22 people out of $1.5 million in watches, saying that he got deposits from people. It's the same wizard story, it's the wizard story times 4. Guy in California, and the state of California, indicted him. Well, he stole 1.5 million from 22 people, just like the wizard. And the wizard, by the way, is still on the loose and on the run. And we need to hold him accountable. We need to bring him to justice. We will never, ever forget the 4-year anniversary of pretty much the wizard being 4 years since I did my deal with the wizard. I did my deal with the wizard in May 2022. And it's been 4 years, almost 4 years since since I exposed him. And then he went into hiding. But he's still evading justice. And now this guy in California stole 1.5 million. Got to be careful. So you got to pay up front, and then you want to walk out with a watch, you pay.
I learned the hard way. I had a lot of people and names you guys would recognize, but I'm not gonna name drop that.
Name them, name and shame them. Who are the guys that walked out with watches and when 30 days came and went, they're like, oh yeah, I don't have the money. Oh yeah, fuck these guys. Let's expose them. Let's expose the criminals. In 2026, we're gonna expose the social media influencers who are stealing, the ones who are taking money from brands. We're going to expose the crooks. If you know of any crooks in social media who are doing shady deals, let's fucking expose them.
I had to chase for the money, and I would never think that I would have had to. So, like, after learning from these experiences, for me, it's better to not do a sale and hold my product than give.
Some guy comes in and says, hey, I'm really big on social media. Do you mind if I take this watch and I pay you in 30 days? How about this? Get fucked. How about, listen, I appreciate the fact that you're on social media. You and I are friends. We're cool or whatever. But this is a business transaction. And you want to walk out with jewelry or watches, you're going to send a wire. And we're going to wait for the wire to clear. Good. That's a good policy. And I'm sure he's been burned for a lot of money. And I wish he'd name the people, because those people need to be shamed. They're probably the rappers. Let's be honest. It's probably like all the rappers who want something for free.
Give you my product and chase the money,
Mm. And
I guess this guy won't be asking for a watch on credit then. This guy from Journey Podcast. He stumped. He's like, shit, I was going to ask if I can get a watch on credit. Dang.
Mm. And with all of these, I guess, streamers and influencers coming in, do you think any of them actually like understand the watch game, or is it all just like flex culture?
Oh, that's a great question. Do they actually know and love watches, or is it all about having a super hype flex piece on their wrist? Speaking of which, here I am flexing the Rolex Daytona on Oyster Flex. I went to the bank and I got some other watches out of the bank, but this is my pool watch. A pool watch is Daytona on Oyster Flex. From Rolex, reach for the crown. By the way, shout out to, I digress, but shout out to Geddy Lee and to Alex Lifeson, professionally known as Rush. They launched their 2026 tour last night in Los Angeles. I watched a lot of the videos. I think it's great. They have Annika Niles on drums. Geddy's voice is a little lower. He can't quite hit the notes, but listen, Rush is awesome. Congratulations to them for starting their tour. It's going to be massive. Could be the biggest tour of the year. I mean, I know they're playing like 4 nights here in New York, Madison Square Garden. They're doing 4 nights in LA. They're doing, I think, 4 in Toronto. It's going to be madness. So if you're a fan of Rush, it's a day of celebration. Back to the interview. Neel Alwani, Timepiece Trading.
I'd say
The question is, by the way, do they know watches, or they just want something hype to flex for their streams?
Understand the watch game, or is it all just like flex culture?
No, I'd say 70% of them actually love watches. They look them
Wow.
up in their free time, like I do with cars.
Nice.
It's their passion, you know. These are like big boy toys.
Yeah.
We're always gonna be boys, and these are the big boy toys. And I think they really, most of them, they love it, and they come in looking for exactly what they want. And thank God that we have a good amount of inventory. Usually, we have what they're looking for.
Yeah. How much do you
That's good. That's good to know. Like people actually do some research and they actually care about watches before they come in. Jen G says new payment plan, the general extension transaction forbearance universal collateral deposit, whatever that means. GET. Oh yeah, get the fuck. whatever that.
you guys have
Thanks,
in
Genji.
inventory right
I
now?
want to say like 50 to
Woo. Okay, that's a good question. How much do you have in inventory? He's talking about they tend to have a pretty big selection there, which is one of their strengths as a retailer.
usually we have what they're looking for.
Yeah. How much do you guys have in inventory right
I
now?
want to say like 50 to 60 million dollars.
Woo! 50 to 60 million. Wow, that's impressive. 50 to 60 million in inventory. All right. They are the big dogs in Miami.
60 million.
I think in the country today, under one roof, we got the biggest inventory selection.
What's
Oh,
been
wow.
your
That's a pretty boastful claim. If that's actually true, that's pretty impressive.
I think in the country today, under one roof, we got the biggest inventory selection.
what's been your biggest profit on one watch?
He's probably going to answer the question. I don't know if I feel comfortable answering that because it's like you don't want to reveal too much about what your margins are, what you make on particular watches, because then people are like, oh, wait a minute. What did you do to earn $100,000 on one transaction? What did you do to earn, $1 million on one transaction or whatever? So like people get kind of weirded out, but he might answer it. You never know.
I want to say a couple $100,000. I've never made 7 digits on a watch. I don't know the exact number off top, but our average margin's 8% per
Okay.
watch. So I've sold a watch that was $3 million. So
Wow.
8%. 8% seems low. 8% is a pretty low. I wonder if that's like net margin after everything is paid. Like after the rent is paid, after the employees are paid, after the health insurance and leases on the Lambos or whatever he's got, after everything is said and done, he nets 8%. I can't imagine that it's a gross margin of 8%. That would seem really, really low.
So you're getting 8% of that, give or take.
Give or take, they average 8%. I hope that's a net, an absolute net.
yeah, I did well. That was 6 digits.
Yeah. And then how much do you think you've made selling watches overall?
A lot of money. I don't
A lot of money. I've made a lot of money. MD Chaz, who's a member of the channel's in the chat. Wow, some credit cards give you 8%. That's not true. Credit cards give you back 8%. That's a lot. I mean, I know there's some credit cards that give you like maybe 5% on certain purchases, but generally like 1 to 2% back, right? I have like a Capital One, gives me 1% on everything. I have an Amex Platinum. Not sure what it gives me back, but it gives me lots of points. A lot of free stuff. 8% back's a lot. But if 8% net margin makes sense, 8% gross margin does not make sense.
And how much do you think you've made selling watches overall?
a lot of money. I don't like to talk about profit, but I will say that like it's publicly reported. Like I report this.
It's publicly reported because I go on streams and I talk about it. Because you're not a public company.
In taxes, I've been doing 85 million plus for the last 5 years.
Whoa. 85 million. That makes him twice as big as Luxury Bazaar. Wow. Luxury Bazaar at one point they were worth over 100 million, and then they pretty much went, I'm not going to say belly up, but after in like 2023 when they had that huge fall, and they fired everybody over 2022, 23, 24, 25, and now they're down to like 2 people. I think they're trying to sell the company for whatever the inventory value was, which was like 25 million. So the Timepiece Trading is like at least twice or 3 times as big as Luxury Bazaar. That's pretty amazing. 85 million a year for the last 5 consecutive years. 85 million in gross revenue. And then of course you can apply that 8% net margin, and you can calculate it in your head. It's like something like 85 million times 8%, like 8 or 9 million profit, 10 million in profit. So I hope that's after he's paid everybody. Maybe if that's gross, then you got to pay everybody. You got leases, you got rent, you got insurance, all that stuff, shipping. But that's cool. Wow, 85 million last 5 years.
I'm touching $500 million in revenue today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What does that feel like?
It just
500 million in overall revenue over the past since he's been in business. That's phenomenal.
feels normal, bro. I always tell people nowadays, like the more money I make and the more money I see, like it just feels less and less special. And it feels more and more just like, what I got to do. Like this is what I do now, and it's my responsibility. And I've been telling people, like, nowadays, more than making more money, for me, what's more important is making life more efficient, like being able to do more with my day, Money is coming in every day now. We're doing 500,000 a day in sales on average.
Whoa, 500,000. I'm assuming he means on per business day. Let's see, 500,000 a day times maybe like 250 business days a year, something like that. That is, let's see, what's the math? 250. So that's like, I can't do the math. It's a lot of money. That's like $1 million. That's like 2 million a week. That's, well, I don't think he's averaging. I think he's averaging 500,000, maybe a little bit less. He might be embellishing. He might be embellishing a little bit here.
That's kind of on autopilot, but all the back end work, there's stuff that I really don't trust people to do, like logging payments that came in. Like, say I sell you a watch for 200,000 and you send me 4 wires of 50. If you just in my system enter 150 as a 5, or like you see it as 50, but it was 5K that came into my account, right there I lose 45 racks. It's very hard for me to delegate the accounting part of my business. And that's the most stressful part there is for me, because I could sell one watch, take 3 watches on trade. I got to make sure all of them got all the links. I got to make sure they come with the box and pay. There's a lot that goes into each trade,
Yeah.
So for me, my main priority today is delegating to the point where I can just focus on what I do best, which is social media, developing relationships,
Delegating the stuff where the areas of the business where people won't rip me off, and then making things more efficient. I get it. Because a lot of times, the more you have to have streamlined processes, or else earning more becomes more burdensome.
And grow the business more. Because we've been steady. It's a good number, 85, 90 million. There were years that were 100. I'm saying it's 85 plus for the last 5. But I want to go to 2.
He probably did 100 million like in 2021 or 2022. Probably 2022, like the peak of the hype, where prices were insane. It inflates your gross revenue
more, because we've been steady. It's a good number, 85, 90 million. There were years that were 100. I'm saying it's 85 plus for the last 5. But I want to go to 250. It's been my goal, and it's been
250 million. How are you going to do that? I mean, who's going to be spending? I mean, whose business are you going to steal in order to get that many clients for Richard Mille? Richard Mille is great, but who's buying? The prices would have to either go up, or your customer base would have to dramatically increase.
hard to get there, but I think I know what I need to do now.
So
I wonder what he thinks he needs to do.
you would say, for someone that's made a lot of money, you would say time is more valuable.
Yeah, all day. You can't buy time back, you know. You can make money every single day. Making money is not hard. I tell people, the harder you work, the luckier you get. You know, people are like, "Oh, you're lucky. You got this break and that break." Yeah, but it took me 6 years of working every day without doing this to get that break. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's why this book right here, it's time
financial is last.
is fifth on the top.
I'm not going to promote whatever book that is.
Yeah.
book.
He's doing all right.
I'm sure. It's Sahil, not Sahil, because it's an Indian name. That's why.
Sahil.
Sahil.
That's how I pronounce it. Sahil.
Yeah.
Sahil Bloom. Yeah. Because I'm supposed to interview him, so that's why I want.
That's epic.
Yeah, I want to read the book before I interview him, so that'll be pretty cool. But
that's good. You see, he puts effort into the podcast. See, he's an educated host.
Journalist trying to be. Now, what, like, how important for you?
It seems like this interviewer doesn't even have any cue cards. He doesn't have any notes or anything. He's coming up with these questions ad hoc. Pretty impressive. You know, it's a good interview so far.
Who is the mental and physical that contribute to making more money? Because I think when people like get into this game, they just want to like money. Like they're chasing money, but they neglect all the other aspects.
For me, physical and mental comes first. If I'm not feeling like, if I overeat the night before and I don't go to the gym and I'm feeling bloated and groggy, like you're just not going to perform the same. Health directly contributes to the way you're going to perform in work, in the gym, in your sex life, and everything, you know? And for me, the first thing I do every single day when I get up is go to the gym. If I don't, my day just feels off.
What do you say to the people that say
physical and mental health, top priorities?
I don't have time.
Bro, you got to make the time. Like your health comes before your wealth. You know, health is wealth, right? So you got to put that before anything to me.
Yeah.
I turn off my phone on DND when I'm in the gym, and I don't care who's calling.
DND, do not disturb.
For what reason, how much money is on the phone. I'm hitting my workout, then I'm going to call you.
Yeah. I remember you told that story on our first pod where you said you were at the park and you were overweight at the time, and the kid said something to you, and you said
he grabbed my nipple.
Yeah.
Nice titties.
Yeah. And then you said that like flipped something in you where you were like, never again.
That's it.
It was my high school summer. I was in Dubai because that's where my mom's parents are from, and I'd spend my summers there.
Now, this guy, if you don't know anything about this, and I don't know tons about his background, but he comes from a super rich family. So he broke out on his own and created his own business from scratch, you know, but he comes from like a super wealthy Emirati family. I'm not sure what his parents did.
And as soon as that happened, bro, the same day, like I left the water park, went to the gym for the first time. I was like 15 years old. This is my first time hitting the gym. And 3 months straight after that, I did it every day. I lost 50 pounds in 3 months over summer break.
Wow, lost 50 pounds. That's a lot.
Wow.
He was chubby.
Yeah.
And do you think that discipline in physical fitness translates to making money?
Hell yeah. Because I was a super lazy kid. Like I grew up loving video games. I don't know. 15, I'm a kid, right? I grew up loving video games, and I would do anything not to do my schoolwork and just do what I wanted to do. But definitely after the gym, like my grades got better, and you can see it correlate into everything you do in life because it just builds discipline, builds character.
Well, you feel better. You're 50 pounds overweight. You lose that weight. Of course, you're going to be more motivated. Your self-esteem is going to go way up. Speaking of self-esteem, Ryan Singer reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. Guys, if you're watching this right now, and I think there's 7 people watching, including 2 on Grindr, head on over to YouTube and hit the upvote. You have very few upvotes, guys. Follow Ryan's lead and upvote the live stream. Thank you, Ryan. I met up with Ryan and Buckley a couple days ago what was it, yesterday, the day before? Can't remember. In Manhattan. And we got Darth Simon in the chat. What's up, Darth Simon? Good afternoon. Pastrami, man. Yeah, I met up with Darth Simon for pastrami and corned beef sandwiches after a VUCAM event last year sometime. Good to see you in the chat. Let's continue on. Neel Alwani, CEO of TimePiece Trading.
Director.
Yeah. I want to jump back into watches a little bit.
Let's talk about watches, guys. Let's talk about watches. Enough about your personal story. Let's talk about hype watches.
Because I think after our interview, I got very curious about them. I never really I knew who watches were. I knew Rolex. I knew Richard Mille, you know, but I never understood like how big and wide the watch game was.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. So like now I've been, you know, I have a lot of the content on it. Obviously I follow you guys. I follow guys like VUCAM and Moses, you know, and everyone like that. So I'm pretty like up to speed with it now where I know
it's amazing how these, the 47th Street dealers have become the predominant face of social media for watches. It's a shame because those guys, VUCAM, and Moses has been pretty much off the air for the past several months. He's embroiled in some kind of scandal, so he's not on YouTube right now. VUCAM just does these stupid fast flip videos. You know, I bought something for 47,000. Let me try and sell it for 50. It's not even about watches. It's about just hustling.
the value of certain watches. What's a good watch? What's like a hype? What do you right now? What do you think is like the most hype beast watch?
The most hype beast watch, according to OC, is probably the Richard Mille 5501. And there's some Rolexes, like some off-catalog Rolex Daytonas. There's one with a black dial with sapphire baguette indices and a sapphire bezel that is super, super hot right now. Of course, all the 50th anniversary Nautilus from Patek Philippe. Like for me, like the top hype watches of 2026, it's the off-catalog Rolex Daytonas. Obviously, the Jubilee dial, Oyster Perpetual, the 50th anniversary Nautiluses, and the Richard Mille 5501. The most hype watches of the year so far.
The most hype watch today. It's got to be the brand new Bubba Watson that Richard Mille just dropped. Like things are going viral everywhere on the internet. I'm actually wearing the old version of the Bubba Watson right now.
And how much is that?
This watch today is like 375,000.
Wow.
Yeah. It's discontinued. They haven't made it since 2020. I believe they stopped making this watch. And every year
that's such an iconic reference. That original Bubba Watson, the white ceramic with a white strap. It's so noticeable. It's so emblematic of the brand.
Been going up since.
Wow.
Gradually.
And then they just released
a new model of it. I predict
the new model isn't technically a Bubba Watson. It's the successor to the Bubba Watson. It's thinner. It's a really, really good looking watch. And I can understand why people are going crazy for it.
Because there's none in the market yet, besides like Ilya Tapuria is wearing it, like, you know, brand ambassadors. But I predict the watch to go for double this, 650 to 750.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to get your hands on one?
Yeah, I probably have one of the first 5 in the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the first 5 is going to flip it. Say it isn't so. Please don't.
What do you think the most slept on watch is right now?
The most slept on watch, which is catching fire, is going to be FP Journe, in my opinion. Not everyone knows.
FP Journe. Now, he doesn't do a lot of business in FP Journe, but obviously he's seeing a lot of the Patek collectors, some of the independent guys spending tons of money there. Makes sense.
You probably don't know what it is, but their watches are trading at 7-8x MSRP on average. And it's because their production is so limited. They make 900 to 1,200 watches annually. Just for you to understand, Rolex makes 1 million watches annually.
Yeah.
And Rolex still is able to sell over MSRP. So just the exclusivity of the brand and the work that's put into each watch, it's beautiful. It's artwork.
And what do those go for?
I would say they started like on average $80,000.
Wow.
Goes up in the millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you had 100K right now and you were looking to invest.
So FP Journe, yeah. I get it.
Into a watch, where would you go and put your money?
Okay, the question is, if you have 100,000 to invest into a watch, very interesting choice of words there. What would it
100K
be?
right now, and you were looking to invest into a watch, where would you go and put your money into?
So for me, I don't look at watches as investment, even though they do perform as investments. I look at them more as an asset I'm going to enjoy, you know. And for 100,000, me personally, what would I buy for 100,000? I would probably put my money
For 100,000. If you want I mean, if you can get it at retail at Peugeot, but you're not going to be able to get it at retail. What can you get at retail for $100,000 that's going to perform well? You know, I mean, all the steel Rolexes, obviously. It's tough because once you get up to between 50 and 100,000, those watches generally don't appreciate. I'd like, if you're watching right now, throw in a couple of comments in the chat. Obviously, AP Royal Oak is going to do okay. Any of the sports Pateks, under 100,000 are going to do okay. The Aquanaut, the Nautilus, the Cubitus, Rolex Day-Date's going to be fine. You're not going to lose a ton of money. Stuff like that. I don't know what he's going to say.
personally. What would I buy for 100,000? I would probably put my money. There's no Richard Mille that I would get that I like for 100,000. There are APs. It's a tough question, bro.
Yeah, that price point's a tough price point, and for the watch to appreciate, anything between 50 and 100,000 is kind of a tough segment.
Gotta look in my watch box to see what I personally wear under 100,000. I'd probably do some kind of Rolex Day-Date, like a nice configuration of a
Day-Date, Platinum Daytona would be a good purchase. Something like that. Any Daytona should be okay.
Day-Date. Your money's super safe, beautiful watch. But I wouldn't get a basic one. 100K is a nice budget for a day.
Yeah. What do you think is a really good starter watch? Say someone like me, I don't have a watch.
Someone starting
starter watch. Starter watch. Vimal says Day-Date with an ombre dial. Very, very good choice. That's a safe choice. You're not going to lose too much on something like that. What's a great starter watch? Depends on the budget. I don't think there should be any starter watch under $10,000. I think you shouldn't buy anything under 10,000. So starter watch for me is a Day-Date. For me personally, starter watch is a Day-Date, a GMT Master 2, a Daytona, an AP Royal Oak, stuff like that, Daytona on Oyster Flex, Precious Metal Daytona is a good starter watch. Titanium Yachtmaster, nothing with two-tone. Like, don't buy a two-tone bluesy or a root beer. A root beer might be a good starter watch, but that's more like 20,000. Something like that.
I would say do a Datejust. It's going to be clean. It's going to match with anything as long as you don't do a crazy colored dial. Or my favorite is the Submariner to recommend people as their first watch. It's black and white. It's very durable. It's a ceramic bezel. It's money in the bank, bro. It's been Rolex's.
That's true. Money in the bank. Submariner, you buy it for if you can get it at retail for 10, or even if you overpay, pay 14,000 for it in secondary. It's a great watch.
It's classic for decades, and just great watch. 41 millimeter, good size.
Yeah, that's like the Batman, right?
It looks like the Batman, but it's all black.
See, this guy doesn't know watches. The Batman is a GMT, but they both look the same. It's a black dial watch. The dials are pretty much identical. So
black and white. There's no blue. There's no green. Like, it's the most versatile, I would say.
Yeah. I like the I like the Cartier, the Santo.
See, that first of all, the phrasing of his statement is wrong. I like the never, don't buy what you like. You can like stuff, but don't start off by saying I'm gonna buy something that I like. I saw another video earlier today. It was the guy said, don't ever listen to what other people think about the watches before you buy them. 100% wrong. 100% wrong advice. You should always run your ideas by other people before you make a decision on your watch, because you're going to end up buying something that you like, That's a terrible watch. So don't do that. Nina is in the chat, says bring the Dubai expat back on the stream. He's welcome to jump on anytime. He's a cool guy, and met him and spent a lot of time with him in Dubai. Very nice guy, Dubai expat. He's welcome to jump on anytime.
I like the I like the Cartier, the Santos.
The Santos are beautiful. I will say though,
You can tell by the tone in his voice. Yeah, it's a nice watch, but don't buy it. Cartiers are nice. Great women's watches. If you're a woman, buy a Cartier Santos, a Tank, any of the, like, they make a gazillion, they have a gazillion collections. Buy any Cartier if you're a woman. Or if you're a gay guy. Gay guy, go for the Santos or whatever from Cartier. But if you're like a straight guy, you don't buy Cartier. You buy Rolex.
I like the Cartier, the Santos.
the Santos are beautiful. I will say though, a Santos is not gonna perform investment wise like a Datejust or a Submariner.
Watches aren't investments, but that's not going to perform in your watch portfolio as a high performing asset. The thing is with all these guys, and no offense to Neel, but back in 2020, 2021, 2022, all these guys ever talked about was that watches were great investments. That's all Roman ever talked about. It's what I'm sure he talked about it. Timepiece gentlemen, anytime they were asked about watches, they said watches are the best investments. So, I mean, of course, now, 4 years after the crash, it's like watches aren't investments. Yeah, but that's because, they say that now, but back then they were saying watches are good investments. And they were telling everybody, buy watches because they always go up. That's what they were saying. I mean, they can try and deny it now, but that's what was going on.
Oh, right. But if that's what you like, just like I said, bro, you shouldn't look at it only as an investment. As long as you buy it from the right guy at the right price, a Santos would work fine as well.
Yeah, but the prices that they were charging in 2021 and 2022 were sky high. So the right price back then would have been the price that you told them to buy. And now that price is 50% less. So it's just trying to keep it real,
As long as you buy it from the right guy at the right price, a Santos would work fine as well.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. Not for this guy. This guy shouldn't be wearing a Santos. He's all tatted up. He's wearing a baseball hat, t-shirt. Santos is not the right watch for him. We got Zeppy in the chat. Zeppy's not a member, but we'll pull his comment up. Hey, OC, just got the call for one of my grails, the 228239. That's the Rolex Day-Date 40 in white gold with a meteorite dial. Amazing unit. Congratulations, Zeppy. That is a very, very cool watch. My favorite configuration would probably be platinum 228236 with the meteorite dial with the diamond baguettes, but the white gold is good too. Congratulations in advance. Come on the stream and unbox it, Zeppy, and we'll do a show and we'll designate a charity, and we'll do a stream for charity. If you want to unbox it on, listen, there's nowhere else that you can unbox it for charity. So if you want to do something cool and different, and we can pick a philanthropic cause and we'll unbox it for charity. No one will know. It'll be a surprise. But congratulations in advance. The white gold Day-Date 40 meteorite diamond baguette dial. Good choice. Platinum's better. Platinum's a little better, but nothing wrong with white gold. I was handling Buckley's yellow gold Day-Date a couple days ago, yesterday or the day before. Was it yesterday? When was it? It was today's Monday. It was Saturday night, and it's a great watch. The Day-Date is unbelievable. That's what Neel should be recommending to this guy. What watch should I buy as a starter watch? This guy should have a Day-Date. That's the problem. Like when Federico said most YouTubers have bad opinions, he's right. Now this guy's an expert watch dealer, and he still didn't give the guy the right advice. Oh yeah, Santos is okay, but it's not going to perform well. Wrong answer. It's like, yo, dude, to whatever your first name is, you should have a day date. Simple as that. Okay. But congratulations in advance. That's awesome. Vimal says, what day date does Buckley have? Green Ombre? No, he doesn't. Maybe I shouldn't reveal what he has. But he does have a day date. It's a nice one. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. But I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Nope. If he wants to jump on, he can reveal it. Send a message to Buckley. Have him jump on. He's probably busy. He's a working man. He works for a living. Guys, upvote the live stream. We are doing a live review, a live reaction to the Journey podcast interview with Neel Alwani, CEO of TimePiece Trading, right here on the original SC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Let's go.
For sure. I like those. Yeah, I was trying to be in that like 7 to like.
Nope. Wrong budget. Wrong budget, guy. You're on YouTube. You have a podcast. No, 7 to 10 or 7 to 15 is the wrong budget for you. I'm curious what Neil is going to recommend.
Yeah, I was trying to be in that like 7 to like 15 range.
Wrong. This guy, the first watch you should get is a day date. Simple as it's a one and done for this guy. And then if he wants to get additional watches after that, he wants to get an AP Royal Oak or a Patek or whatever, at least you're starting with the most iconic Rolex, the day date. This guy shouldn't be fucking around with a Submariner. He's going to have a steel Submariner on a podcast. Get the fuck out of here. Day date is entry level for this guy.
Come, I'll hook you up on a nice Santos, and we included that.
No. Come on, Neil. Neil, come on, man. Tell him the truth. No Santos. Come in and get a day date. Maybe fucking iced out for this guy. A little bit iced out, like a diamond bezel or a special dial.
The video.
That would be sick.
Yeah, if you want, I got you.
Yeah, I said, I mean, I remember once when we finished that first podcast, I said, like, when I'm ready, I'm going to buy my first watch from you. I'm not
7 to 15,000. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. If this guy's has a successful podcast, the guy should be rocking a day date right now. This is a joke.
Like I just wanted to like hold my word, and you were like, I believe in you guys. You guys will, get a watch.
I'm sure you're ready now.
Yeah, I'm close.
What color dial would you do? Blue, white, green?
I don't know. It's like a navy, right? Right
yeah,
on the
blue.
Yeah, I like green. I like, I don't know.
There we go. Yellow gold day date with a green dial. That's what OC needs to be in charge of. I need to have like a concierge service where I pick people's watches, because I just know what people should get. This guy should have a green ombre or a green enamel day date, yellow gold.
I would have to see
that. Yeah, whenever you're ready, you let me know.
Neil's gonna sell him a fucking Kermit. Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
We'll set that up.
Yeah. What is your top 5 favorite watches of all time?
Here we go. Good question. Top 5 favorite watches of all time. Guys in the chat, drop your top 5 favorite watches of all time. Listen, if I picked one from every brand, it's going to be tough. Tough. Top 5 watches of all time. The Royal Oak's got to be in there. The day date. Some kind of Patek Philippe, like maybe a grand complication, like a perpetual calendar or perpetual calendar chronograph. I love Richard Mille. That guy fucking love Richard Milles. It's probably not one of the greatest watches of all time. I mean, you could easily pick 5 of the greatest watches of all time just from Rolex. The Submariner and a Date 8 are probably in the top 5. The Daytona arguably could be considered in the top 5, and Royal Oak and a Nautilus, and you're pretty much done.
All right, so this I know. So AP stainless steel skeleton is my favorite daily.
Ooh, okay. So AP Royal Oak, but he's picking skeleton open worked
watch. It's just very stealth wealth. Unless you know what's on my wrist, like it's a stainless steel case, you really would never be able to guess the price. Those go for around 165,000 today.
Wow.
Yeah, stainless steel. My second favorite watch would be the same thing, AP open work, but with
another AP. Get the fuck out! Only one AP. Come on, man. Only one AP.
The rainbow bezel and the frosted case, white gold.
Rainbow AP open work, rainbow bezel frosted case, white gold. I don't think so.
Also have that watch. I'm lucky enough to own it today. Thank God. Very, very exclusive watch
All blessings to God.
from AP. Takes forever for AP to make it because the gradient of sapphire on the bezel has to be perfectly matched. So they throw out thousands of stones before they get that match perfect.
Thousands of stones? They didn't throw them out. I mean, they had to color match stones. Yeah, it's difficult. Rolex does the same thing. Very hard. He's lucky enough to own it. Congratulations.
Third would be right here, Bubba Watson, Richard Mille.
Yay, there we go. One Richard Mille, his favorite is the Bubba Watson. Shout out to Tim G. He probably bought it from Tim G.
I love it because honestly, on my skin color, bro, this thing looks insane. Pops up.
Yeah. White looks good on, like, I have olive skin as well. I've been in the sun last couple of weeks. So yeah, if I had a white watch, it would definitely pop on my tan skin.
A lot. And I've always loved skeletonized watches. So 2 APs are skeletonized. This is also skeletonized. You see right through it.
Richard Mille, one of my favorites. Could be the watch brand of the year when 2026 is all said and done. And the hype release of the year could very well be the 5501. We'll see. Can't wait to see it on the wrists of some actual customers.
Yeah. You want to see it? These today are like 375,000.
Chump change, 375,000.
Wow.
Then the Richard Mille Nadal, which is also a skeletonized Richard Mille, super light.
Yep. The Nadal, iconic, super thin, super light.
Lightweight, made in NTPT, which is what I named my company after. So I had to have that one. That's 4.
Neel TPT. Neel TimePiece Trading.
Number 5 would be the Patek Aquanaut in rose gold. Yeah, I love the Patek Aquanaut.
Ooh, Aquanaut rose gold. Yeah, 5164R. 5167R is the basic Aquanaut in rose gold. I think they discontinued that model, I think.
Aquanaut. It's reference 5968R for my watch geeks.
Okay. 5968R. That's like the chronograph. Yeah.
They're going for like 165 today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild. Who do you think has the
How long before this guy is spending 100,000 on a watch? Remember, he said his budget was going to be 7 to 15,000. I think he should get a date. How long before he's on his third watch and looking at a Richard Mille for 250,000?
the best watch collection that you know?
Who has the best watch collection? It's probably people that you don't even know about, like that Indian guy who had the big wedding, or people like that.
The best watch collection that I personally know.
Who has the best watch collection that I personally know? That's a good question. The best watch collection that I personally know the person? I can't say their name.
It would be a private that no one's gonna know, But Aiden's got a crazy watch collection. Steve has a freaking insane watch collection. I think
Aiden, Steve, whoever these people are. Steve will do it. Aiden Ross. Hey, got Andy Lewis in the chat. He's a member, and he's dropping a super chat, $5 super chat. Howdy, y'all. Question for Concierge Josie. Best Audemars Piguet Royal Oak for me. I'm 2 to 3 watches on the journey. Well, that's easy. Go steel Royal Oak with a blue dial. Steel Royal Oak with a blue dial, 37 millimeter if you have a small wrist, 41 millimeter if you have a bigger wrist. Simple. That's the one. That's the best. The best Royal Oak is the blue dial. I wouldn't go green unless you really, really, really love green. I wouldn't do, I have silver myself, But if you're 2 to 3 watches in on the journey, you want something iconic. 2 to 3 watches in on the journey, you stick to your guns. Stick to your guns, and you go for the jumbo. You go for the jumbo, the 16202, or some other kind of 39 millimeter jumbo, ultra thin, or you go for just a regular steel. I don't think you go precious metal. I think you want to cash in and get steel. Right? If you want to provide a little bit more clarification, Andy, in the chat, I'm happy to change my opinion. But yeah, 37 Royal Oak blue dial, 41 millimeter Royal Oak blue dial, 15510, 15550. Good choices. Muhammad Ali's in the chat. Member of the channel. Good evening, all. Looking forward to future unboxings. Yeah, Zeppy can unbox. I'm going to unbox one or two things this year for sure. I'm definitely going to be unboxing one or two things this year, and they're going to be big ones. Big ones. Good to see Muhammad in the chat. Let's keep going.
Got to be crazier than Steve's. And shout out to my boy Yasha. He's another watch dealer. His name's Rex Watches.
Yeah, I know Yasha. He has he's in the middle of this jewelry mart where he has these two super attractive assistants that work with him there. He gets a lot of attention.
Started talking again, but we're friends for like 10 years. Dude, I saw his collection the other day. I think it's got to be like over $10 million, bro.
Wow.
He's got a crazy
over 10 million in a watch dealer's collection. That's crazy.
collection.
That's wild.
I never thought he would, like I told him the other day, I was like, damn, it's crazy.
Yeah. What's been the craziest story that you've encountered selling a watch?
Craziest story. That would be like someone calls you up and says, hey, I need this watch delivered by like 4 p.m. today in the Bahamas for a wedding or something. I mean,
the craziest story.
Like not
There's
even with
so
an
many
influencer.
crazy
Not even
stories.
with it could be with an influencer or celebrity, but just like a wild.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if I told this on the first podcast, but there was a night out. I was in Marion, and I saw a dude wearing a Richard Mille, and I thought
in Marion, where's that?
I recognized the model. So anyone I see wearing a Richard Mille, I go up to them. I network. Like I make sure they have my number. I have theirs, and we're
right. He is the preeminent Richard Mille secondary dealer based in Miami.
Doing business in the future.
Andy, by the way, let me know if I answered your question to your satisfaction. If you disagree or if you want to clarify, feel free to drop additional comments in the chat.
Up to this guy. His name is Hugo. He's my friend. We're still good friends. And I was like, nice Richard Mille. I'm drinking. I didn't look properly, so I looked closer, and the watch is fake. Okay, it's covered in diamonds. It's there's so
fake.
much off about it. So I asked him, how much do you pay for the watch? He's like, I paid $50K. And in my head, right away, I'm like, bro, you think I'm retarded? Like, come on, those don't exist for $50K. He's like, dude, like I'm gonna show you my Amex. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, cause I like smirked, He's like, dude, I'm not joking. What do you mean? Like, how much should I?
What kind of sucker would pay $50K for a Richard Mille? Of course, it's fake. You have to know it's fake.
I paid. So I'm like, dude, that's like a $350K watch. He's like, no way. So what? It's not real? And I'm like, no, it's not. And then apparently he had 48 hours left to do a chargeback. The next day he actually did a chargeback. He came to my office maybe 3 days after that and bought a real Richard Mille.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. And I actually thought he was capping and, but like he showed.
What does capping mean? I'm going to look that up in the Urban Dictionary. I thought he was capping. See, capping, meaning. Urban Dictionary. Capping most commonly refers to lying, faking, or exaggerating. It's modern slang. Okay. Thought it was capping. All right. Listen, this is an educational podcast for me. I have no idea. Should I be embarrassed that I don't know what that means? Yo, I thought he was capping. Thank you, Space Ace. Has to be in Miami. Recall reading people putting a Lambo kit on their Kias. Hey, Andy Lewis says, I have the code chronograph, the code 1159, the AP code 1159 chronograph in rose gold. I have the Royal Oak chronograph in white gold, and another non-steel piece. I'd prefer precious metal or a special Royal Oak. Wow. Okay. If you want precious metal, these might be hard to get, but when you're 2 to 3 watches in, so I think we look at the jumbos, right? We look at the jumbos. Oh, we could do. You already have a chronograph, so black ceramic chronograph doesn't make sense. Ooh, there's perpetual calendar. I don't know. Do you need another Royal Oak? That's the thing. I mean, wow. Let's see here. Oh, there's the here are the jumbos. Like you could do something like do something like this. Wow, 100,000, 39 millimeter with the yellow gold ombre dial. That's special. That's special for sure. Or you could do something like, well, you already have white gold. You're in a tough spot. You already have like a lot of variety in your collection, right? Do something like this. But this is white gold with the blue asphalt dial jumbo. Yeah, but you already have it. You already have it. You have the silver dial chronograph. You definitely want to stay away from the light color dials. I think you definitely want to go blue. There's also something like this. You know, boom, yellow gold with the green malachite dial. This is special. You could ask for something like this, right? There's some choices. Let's see. He's got. Let's see. He's already 2 to 3 watches in. He's got the code chronograph rose gold, the silver dial Royal Oak chrono, and you have another code and another non-steel piece. Prefer precious metal or special Royal Oak. Yep. Well, I think it's going to be tough, but there you go. Good luck. Good luck, Andy. Space Ace asks, what are your thoughts on the Breguet Type 20 Transatlantique in gold? I don't think about it. I don't have any thoughts on it whatsoever. I don't recommend that anybody have any thoughts about that either. Code chronograph rose gold should put you up for any 41 Royal Oak you want, time only or chrono. Yeah. But you already have a chrono. That's tough. It's tough, man. Starter watch is Tudor, 3,000 to 5,000. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never buy Tudor. Never buy Tudor. Never. I wouldn't even recommend, like when this podcaster was asking which watch he should get as his first watch. Definitely should not be a Tudor or even a Submariner. Should definitely be a day date. Definitely be a day date. I thought he was capping.
Came to my office maybe 3 days after that and bought a real Richard Mille. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. And I actually thought he was capping, and but like he showed me everything.
That's wild.
Insane.
So he really, and then he had it like that too.
Yeah, he had the money to do it. He just had heard about the brand. He's not one of those guys who looks on.
And he didn't know. He just spent spent 50 grand on a fake Richard Mille, and luckily he got it charged back. How do you do that? Who takes American Express when they're buying counterfeit Richard Milles? Come on. Leo says, I just sold my last tutor, OC. Guys, let's celebrate. 2026, I want everybody, every single person listening to this podcast, to this stream, to this show, whatever you want to call it, sell all your tutors, sell all your zeniths, sell all of your omegas, except for maybe one if you're a big omega fan. Get rid of everything. Get rid of everything. He got rid of the blue 42 millimeter Pelagos in titanium. All I have left is my Sea Dweller. Get rid of everything, guys. Get rid of everything. They're worthless. You're lucky. You're lucky to get out of them with $1,000. Get rid of Zeniths. Get rid of Omegas. Get rid of anything literally in your collection that's not Rolex, Patek, or AP. Sell. You are on strict orders. Sold it on eBay for $3,600. You made out like a bandit. You should be thanking your lucky stars that you got $3,600 for it. Thank God. That's a miracle. Absolute miracle. Yeah. Absolute miracle.
On the internet, he's older, and he thought, like, when he asked his friend how much the watch is, or the person he thought was his friend, the guy said $50K. He charged his Amex, got the watch, and it was fake. You know, like, he never looked on Google how much the watch should be.
Wow.
So he
Crazy.
didn't even, like, yeah, he had the money for the real one though.
Wow.
And got it the same week.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Can you tell right away if a watch is fake?
Yeah, it's insane.
Of course, you
What
should
do you
be
look
able
for?
to.
Dude, it's just, I think it's hard to explain, but after touching them for a decade, selling them for a decade, and like being with watchmakers who show me, yo, this is why this is fake, this is what to look like. It's hard to say because it depends on the watch, but bro, just seeing them. Like yesterday, there was a guy who came up to me to say what up, take a photo. He's wearing a Patek. I was about to compliment it. I look, I see it's a little too thick. I know right away it's fake, you know?
Of course.
Depends on the watch.
Do you ever like call people, not call them out, or like ask them like, hey,
all the time.
Really?
I say, bro, why are you wearing the fake though? Come to me. I'll give you the real one.
really?
It's
I
embarrassing.
say it in a soft, nice way, like not like a dick. You know,
Oh,
I can't stand behind fake watches.
Yeah.
It goes against what.
Yeah, you should be a little bit more of a dick. Like, dude, you're wearing a fake watch. It's fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing.
But I do, you know.
Yeah. Has anyone ever tried to sell you a fake watch?
Yeah, many times. So thank God I don't pay for a watch until it's in my possession and it's gone through my inspection department. And bro, it just doesn't pass, and we say we can send it back to you. Sometimes they block my number.
I would crush it. I would fucking confiscate it and fucking crush it and say, listen, you tried to sell me a fake watch. You're a fucking moron. I'm fucking confiscating it. And that's it. That's all there is to it.
And I get to keep the fake. Sometimes I send it back.
Did you see that whole New York City track situation?
Which one?
The one where he
Which one? The guy goes off the rails every week.
was like yelling at the
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. What do you think about that whole situation?
I think that
I don't want to hear his opinion about that. It's like,
World in the watches.
I think it's super cool, bro. I think it's a different world than what we live here in Miami.
the question was, what do you think about the whole 47th Street culture?
Yeah. What do you think about the 47th Street just world in the watches?
I think it's super cool, bro. I think it's a different world than what we
Super cool, bro. It's super cool, bro. It's super cool, bro.
live here in Miami. I think over there it's a lot more like quick flips. You know, they're buying in one store and selling to the next store. They're
Well,
making,
that's what they portray on social media. The people like Vukum and Shmookum and those guys and Tulupum or whatever the fuck their guys' names is. It's all like fucking stupid fast flip videos. It's a terrible portrayal of 47th Street. Not that 47th Street has a great reputation. It's just like it makes 47th Street look bad. That it's all about ripping people off. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you for the love in the chat. By the way, you can also hype the stream. You can also use jewels. There's like jewels that you can use on the stream. There's all kinds of like crazy stuff that you can use in addition to super chats and gifted memberships. You can send a gift with jewels. Check it out. There should be like a box like where you type in the chat. It should look like a gift box. Click on that and you have like there's free jewels that you can redeem. If you like when you are a subscriber and a member of this channel, YouTube gives you free jewels that you can redeem. So you can just redeem this. There should be a button like says like redeem your free jewels or something like that. Try it out. I mean, I've never used it, but
making $300 on 20K. For me, it's a different game. But to each.
So in other words, he's kind of knocking that whole culture of like fast flips. I get it. I agree.
Quick flips, they're buying in one store and selling to the next store. They're making $300 on 20K. For me, it's a different game. But to each their own, and I love the New York shit. I definitely doom scroll for hours watching that stuff.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Have you
come on, why would you watch that for hours?
Been up there?
Yeah. So when I first started selling watches, bro, I went to all the major cities. I spent a good 2 weeks in each city. I went in looking very professional, button down shirt, pant, like built.
I was dressed really professional. I was wearing a button down shirt. I was wearing pants. I was wearing pants. I actually had to wear pants.
Everyone's trust. Every single dealer in these major cities, Hong Kong, New York, LA, Dubai. I don't know where else I went, but those 4 for sure. I spent 2 weeks in each. And all I did on those trips was from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. out of the house, just going into each store, establishing relationships with people. And it definitely paid off because I never had to do it again. Like now, if I text the dealer, say, yo, I'll take that for $500K. It gets shipped to my door. I have it the next morning. I haven't paid for it. I pay for it after I get it and I inspect it.
How do these margins work when you're, because like, I mean, maybe your situation is different, but like when I watch the stuff on 47th, it's like Vukum goes to this guy, he buys a watch for $22K, then he sells it here for $23,500. Then this guy sells it for
It's all a bunch of bullshit, all that stuff about selling from dealer to dealer to dealer. They don't show anything with actual customers. It's really embarrassing.
24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's like everyone's making money off of each other, kind of. But
the thing is, one person who buys that watch is going to lose a little in order for it to get sold again at market, and that's usually the private. Dealers are not gonna pay above a certain price. Us dealers, we got. I want to say there's 10,000 WhatsApp group chats that exist today that are dealer to dealer. It's kind of like the Mannheim of watches. You know what Mannheim is for cars? It's the auction.
Okay.
Cars. It's kind of like the Mannheim of watches. For us, it's on WhatsApp. The more time you've been doing this,
Mannheim's an auction company that creates what they call the MMR, right? The Mannheim market price, Mannheim market retail, or whatever it is, which is the value, the auction value, the trade value of a car. And that's kind of like in the dealer world, they have their equivalent too, like the trade-in value of a watch that all these WhatsApp groups have.
The more groups you're going to be in, I think I'm in fucking 1,500 dealer-to-dealer groups.
Wow.
Each has 600 dealers in it, or 650, whatever the WhatsApp group limit is. You do the math, so 1,200 times 650, that's 70,000 people.
Yeah.
So when I look for a watch, I'm reaching out to 70,000 dealers that do what I do on a larger or smaller scale. And there's always a dealer that needs money for the next deal. And when you're able to tap into so many and find the best deal, you can give your client a price that doesn't exist anywhere else. And you make sure it's authentic before you do so with procedures. And that's why my clients love us.
Yeah. What's the most you've ever
sourcing watches?
Ever taken off on a watch for someone?
They could.
Is that a fair question to ask? Like, what's the biggest discount you've ever given a customer? Come on, man. That's not a good question. That's not a fair. I mean, he's probably gonna be a cool guy and answer it. Hey, we got MJ in the chat. He's first to do what? We've been on the stream's been going for how long? 7 minutes already. So we're gonna do a quick 15-minute stream, and we're like 7 or 8 minutes into it. We're doing a quick video reacting to this interview with Neel Alwani, CEO of TimePiece Trading. We've been on for like 7 or 8 minutes. Got 7 or 8 minutes left. He's not first. He's not first, but he is a member. Got RS Fan in the chat. Evening all. What's up, RS Fan? Good to see you here. He already says the whole milk that he gives Steve will do it watches at cost, so that has to be the biggest, right? But that's the only person. Otherwise, I would just say that I don't give discounts, right? Like, listen, I people come to me because I give them fair prices. They're not going to ask for discounts. But let's see how he answers it.
Discount on watch.
Yeah.
I like Steve gets cost on everything he buys at my store. The bigger the watch, you guys can do the math because I make 8% average a watch. Yeah.
Wow.
But
so now you can get him down to cost. Do your best, guys. He's got 8% net margin with which to work.
a couple $100,000 when we're talking about a 7-digit piece.
Yeah. What's the most you've ever lost on a watch?
Ooh, most you've ever lost. That must be, I'm assuming this is back in 2022. Maybe he bought watches at the peak and he held on to them for longer than he probably should have. And those watches dropped in value quickly over 2022 during the crash.
I think it was 250,000. I bought a watch. I think my cost was 450,000. Pop it up. It's reference 2.
Let's see.
I bought a watch. I think my cost was 450,000. You can pop it up. It's reference 26534 Ti. It's a green dial titanium tourbillon by
AP Royal Oak Tourbillon. Yep. Royal Oaks went crazy 2021, 2022. So he bought that for 450. Titanium. I'm not a big fan of titanium tourbillons. I want like special, not for AP at least. Titanium is awesome for RM. Titanium Yachtmaster for Rolex is great. I don't like titanium for Vacheron, and I don't like titanium for Royal Oaks. I like titanium for Royal Oak offshores, but I don't like titanium as a material for regular Royal Oaks. So that's not a good watch. And I don't like titanium for Vacheron overseas either. Just don't like them. For the offshores, Royal Oak offshores, I like them. For the overseas, those new overseas, the Everest 2, I like titanium because that's more of like a water-themed watch, like a sports watch. Regular overseas, I don't like titanium at all. And I don't like titanium with complications unless you're Richard Mille. I don't like Vacheron overseas, titanium tourbillon, titanium perpetual calendar. I don't like Royal Oak titanium tourbillon, titanium perpetual calendar. Sorry, I just don't like those.
I think I bought the watch for $550 or $450 and ended up, this was in like 2021. I think I sold the watch in 2024.
There you go. Why would he hold the watch that long? Listen, when the market's crashing, you sell quick. You sell fast and furious.
Like, which rarely happens because I do a lot of turnover. If I told you I have 50 to 60 million in stock, I do 10 million a month. So I should move my whole stock within half a year, right?
Right. That's actually like basic cash flow management and inventory management. Like, that's cool that he knows. He knows like what the days outstanding on the turnover is.
But that watch I had for like,
he knows like, hey, if a watch is sitting for more than 2 or 3 months, reprice and get rid of it.
3 years, I lost.
This one he made a mistake.
Stock within half a year, right? But that watch I had for like 3 years, I lost 235,000 on the watch.
Wow.
Yeah. But for me, it's part of the game, bro. Like I can't. There were times like pre-COVID.
Yeah, that's no excuse. If you knew that watch was a dog, you knew it was falling fast. You should have sold it more quickly, and faster.
Where I was buying watches that I had in stock for 30K and they went all the way up to 95K and I sold them there, like tripled my money. So for me, you can't just ride the ups of the wave, bro. If you're surfing.
Yeah. I don't know if he's tripled his money because remember, you're constantly buying and selling. So no watch that's worth has a market price of 90,000. Are you buying for 30? You're paying somebody 75,000 for it. You're paying someone 70 for it and selling it at 90. You're not buying it at 30. Come on. Got Original Mathis in the chat. He's a moderator, a member, and co-CEO of the Watch Colony and Original OC Channel Networks. What's up, Mathis?
You got to ride all the waves. You know, you can't catch only the perfect waves, and those who couldn't withstand all the waves got cooked. They got taken ashore, and that's good for business. You know,
that's right. That's good. That when all those dealers got wiped out in 2022, that was a great thing for everybody.
The economy needs that. They need to wipe out the weak, keep the strong.
Yeah.
So luckily, we lost a lot of money on certain pieces, but we were able, our business was strong enough to do it.
But by the way, some of the dealers were telling you buy the dip, and you know who those people were, right? They were telling you now prices are going back up. It's the summertime. It's dads and grads. Remember that? The summer of 2022. We reached the bottom. Some people said it wasn't a crash. It was a small correction. It was a correction off the peak. And these people were telling you to buy watches in mid 2022. Meanwhile, they should have been selling everything that they had. They were telling their customers buy. They're good investments, and they were selling everything.
What do your bad days or dark days look like? Because I think sometimes it's important to hear.
Bad days for this guy should be nothing. Unless he's getting robbed or someone's fucking breaking, his establishment's getting burglarized or something, or he's in a car crash. The guy should have massive security, massive insurance, solid procedures in place, take care of his health, take care of his mental health. He should be in a place where he's not taking unnecessary risk.
From people like you that are super successful.
I guess
beautiful car. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't really have bad days besides if something bad happens in the family. Every day is a stressful day because with more money and more career comes more stress. That's just what it is. That's what I've learned being an entrepreneur. But for me, a bad day, like yesterday, for example, a client of mine that's been a client for 6 years, he's drunk at a bar, he calls me in the middle of the day, and he's with a buddy who used to buy watches from me. We had a great relationship, but apparently he found someone who gives him better deals. So he's in my buddy's ear now at the bar. And I got a call yesterday.
The friend was being manipulated. The friend was being brainwashed. Brainwashed by listen, someone stole the leads, and the guy was a lead who got stolen. Now he's manipulating another lead.
He's like, yo, this watch you sold me in 2024. And we're talking. He's like, by the way, I love you. Weird shit, okay? This watch you sold me in 2024. Don't you think you oversold me? I saw you put it on your Instagram and you just told Moses it's 240K, but I paid 290. I'm like, bro, you bought the watch in June 2024, bro. We're in April 2026. What are you talking about? He's like, no, but you're quoting this guy 60.
You oversold me. That's what happens when you position watches as investments. Right now, I'm not saying he's done it, but 99% of these guys on social media and in their YouTube channels were saying, listen, these watches are good investments. So we've got Peeps in the chat. Hi, OC. I know you don't indulge in the red meat. Actually, I do eat meat. I eat hamburgers, I eat steak, chicken. I'll do bacon. I mean, I like meat. I can do a vegetarian meal. Like, for example, if I go to Chipotle, it would not be uncommon for me to not get meat in the burrito. I'll do veggie. I mean, and then part of that is because when I'm having a burrito, I like a lot of the flavors of a lot of the stuff other than the meat. I like the different rice. I like the two kinds of beans. I'll take pinto beans and black beans. I'll take a little guac, a little sour cream, a little cheese, a little corn, throw in some cilantro, diced jalapenos, little queso, whatever. So for me, adding steak or adding chicken, is unnecessary. So I'll do vegetarian, but I don't. But I like red meat. I like burgers. I love steaks. So I'll definitely indulge in the red meat. But I'm curious, any thoughts on the Yashin 5513 scandal? Well, here's my opinion on that. From what I know, just the limited amount of information that I know, there's a buyer and a seller. Okay. The buyer ignored warning signs and ignored major red flags. Should have never even considered buying the watch with bad pictures, bad description, bad seller, all that stuff. So that was just a complete lapse in judgment. So the buyer is to blame for that. The buyer is to blame for choosing an awful seller with a poor reputation, ignoring all the red flags, all the warning signs, bad pictures, bad description. You asked for more pictures, you didn't get more pictures. You wired money up front or whatever. So the buyer's to blame for all that. The seller probably gave misleading information about the condition of the watch. That person, there's certain sellers that are very trustworthy. Other sellers that are have no credibility whatsoever, have zero integrity, and you should never buy a watch from them. We were talking about this yesterday on the live stream. What YouTubers or social media people, personalities, how many of them would you actually trust their opinions, number one? And number two, how many would you trust to buy a watch from them? It should be almost zero. You go to a trusted source to buy a vintage piece. You go to Eric Wind. You pay a little bit more, but you're going to go to Eric Wind. You're going to go to Tropical Watch. You're going to go to Oliver and Clark or whatever these reputable guys are that sell vintage watches. You're not going to go to some fucking clown, especially an international, where you're lacking jurisdiction to get your money back. So poorly handled. And then on top of that, you have people who are engaging in the circus. So you have a buyer who made a mistake, a seller who misrepresented the watch. Then you have all these clowns jumping in, creating a circus out of it. Defending, making up false claims and false allegations about, oh, the guy was threatened and whatever, all that nonsense. So I'm so glad I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. I can't imagine that you would be defending people who rip people off, but listen, ever since I've been on YouTube, I'm the one who exposed the wizard. I'm the one who came out and exposed even when other people were quietly telling me not to. I came forward and I fucking did the live stream with Paul Thorpe to expose the wizard with the help of SLC Watch Collector, and then we fucking exposed him. And I'll always expose the phonies and the frauds in our community, in our industry. There are others. We all know who they are. We don't have to be ashamed. We don't have to be scared of saying that they're frauds. So simple as that. The friend got the tap on the shoulder. That's funny. That's a funny one. Whole milk. Yeah. So he had a customer who was stolen away from him. Now the friend's getting the tap on the shoulder. I love that. OC is more of a 3 desserts after dinner guy. Yeah, we went to El Molino in Manhattan. We got 2 desserts. Tiramisu and tartufo. I love me a good tartufo. Ice cream with chocolate, covered with chocolate. Love it. All right, let's back to the video. We're going to keep going until this is done. Maybe 15, 20 minutes left.
Okay, cheaper publicly on the internet. Like, you're making me feel like a fool. I'm like, bro, the watch was worth $350 when you paid $290. What is today's?
Well, come on. He's not selling a $350,000 watch for $290. He's not doing that. He's exaggerating a little bit. He also has to be held accountable. Now, again, I don't know him specifically, but a lot of these guys were saying, "Hey, 290 is a great price for this watch. You know, it's going to hold its value," and he probably shouldn't have said that. It's tough, you know. Richard Mille, crazy AP stuff like that. They've come down a little bit. It's okay. It's okay to say that the watches, are not investments.
Today's price is not like that.
Hey, he was about to say today's price is not yesterday's price. He didn't finish the sentence.
When you paid 290, what is today's price is not like that threw me off because I got cursed at. I lost a friend, or I think I did. Like it was a rough.
Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy.
Like, dude, what is even happening? And they're drinking. They're drunk at the bar. They're like, bro, it makes no sense.
You're drunk and you're calling me to complain about a watch you bought 2 years ago? Get fucked.
It's like asking, why did my Apple stock go down 2 years later?
Like, wait a minute. Now he's comparing watches to investments. Don't compare watches to investments if you don't think watches are investments.
And I sell it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. Right? Like, to me, that stupid shit like that will throw me off my day because like I work hard to build these relationships, and then because you drank too much, I get a phone call like that. Like, yeah, it hurts me.
Yeah.
But really, there are no bad days. God is great. If we wake up,
it's careful. You got friends, and then you have, I can imagine it can be tough for these guys. You're intermingling business with friendships. You think they're your friends, but it's tough. That's why I'm super careful, very, very careful if I'm doing any kind of business with a friend or a viewer or a follower or a member or a subscriber or someone who knows me in the community. I go above and beyond to give VIP 5-star treatment because I don't want to ever hear a story about OC, didn't give me a fair deal or OC screwed me over on this. And you'll never hear that story. You'll never, ever hear, OC, I went to dinner with OC and he didn't pay his fair share or whatever. You'll never hear a story like that from me. Got a reputation to uphold. As a matter of fact, when I go to dinner, I overpay. If people are having wine at the table, if 5 guys are having wine, I'm paying my equal share, even though I don't drink wine. Now, listen, those guys are paying for 6 desserts, so it's fair, right? I'm ordering 6 desserts, so I'm making up for it.
And we're blessed enough to do that.
Yeah. What do you do to like stay grounded?
I think just like being in a city like Miami will keep you grounded as long as you're not.
Miami is the city of humbleness. Miami is the city where it's just like, middle America, where, everything keeps you grounded.
One of those cappers or flexors because there's always someone.
look at the chain around his neck. I'm not one of these. I learned a new word, cappers. Not one of these cappers, liars, or flexors. Well, he's a flexor. I mean, he does have nice cars. He has probably a very luxurious and expensive personal watch collection. Look at he's wearing a diamond fucking necklace with a big TPT logo on it. I mean, he is showing off a little bit.
It'll keep you grounded as long as you're not one of those cappers or flexors because there's always someone bigger doing bigger things. And for me, I like it. It keeps me driven and it keeps me inspired. I don't by any means think I'm super rich or anything. I think I have a long way to go.
Yeah. I've asked a lot of people.
He seems like a nice guy
that have, crazy amounts of success, money, watches, cars, boats, flying private, right? And like they all say, it doesn't matter. It still feels like empty at times, right? Like, that he was,
I think when I was doing 30 million a year in revenue versus today 90 on average, I was happier.
Why?
Just less stuff to do every day, bro. Like when you're more free, you can give more time to like family and chilling with your dogs and like just stuff that a human being needs for peace. It's more relaxing. You're just overall happier in life, I think, less stressed. More money, just more problems, bro.
Yeah.
More money, more problems.
Continue growing, and I'm ready for the problems,
Right.
Like Drake said, bring on the problems.
Yeah. So you wish
I'm not familiar with what Drake said, but yeah, so it seems like he's listen, getting bigger though, is it really worth growing from 85 million to 250 million? Is it worth the stress? I don't know.
Life was simpler a little bit.
No, I asked for this. I'm working
Right.
and putting myself in this place, but definitely I had more fun with less money. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have more free time and less headaches. Like I don't know if he's married and he has kids, but you know, eventually when he settles down, he has kids, he'll realize what's important in life.
Like having a nicer car, it's cool for a week. It's like you'll have more fun if you're able to like. Now when my friends invite me out, bro, I'm still at my desk working, you know, and like I can't go out even if I want to.
See, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I mean, what's more important? Spending time with family, going on a vacation with friends, hanging out with friends, not sitting at your desk, you know, trying to reach some imaginary goal. But that's different people have different priorities. It's all good.
So yeah, more money isn't always a better thing. But if you want it, you can do it.
How important is it to have a woman by your side?
You do the silent D&D mode.
Let's skip that question. I'm sure it's fine for him. Let's see. Let's see if there's any watch related stuff here.
Doing the business, you know? Like my first 3 years here in Miami, I think me and her were on a break, and I still went from 13 to 39 to 100. Like each year, I tripled my revenue. I'm saying 13 million year one, year two was 39, year three was 113.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was going out.
Amazing gross.
I think it's about wanting it, bro. When you want it here and you actually put the hours in, you're gonna make it happen, no matter what it is.
Where do you think that came from? Like having that instilled in you?
I think the gym.
Really?
What we said when I was 15, what I did, like that shit just taught me that, like, yo, you want something and you put the hours in, it's gonna happen. Like I thought it was gonna be. I grew up fat, you know. Like I had a chef. I grew up from a
Whoa. So yeah. Okay. This is talking a little bit about his upbringing here. The fact that he grew up super rich. It's 2026. Real original Diego M in the chat, moderator and member. How do people that dress like this still exist? Listen, he's wearing like a diamond chain. He's wearing a Nike. This is like that Nike outfit that who was it that got famous? Like El Chapo. Who was the guy? Not El Chapo. Was he like the dictator of Venezuela or somebody? Was wearing this this outfit right here. Right? It doesn't look, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I've seen people dress worse. But he's going to talk a little bit about, he grew up wealthy. I knew that about his background. It looks like he's going to talk about it a little bit here.
Gym.
Really?
What we said when I was 15, what I did, like that shit just taught me that, like, yo, you want something and you put the hours in, it's gonna happen. Like I thought it was gonna be. I grew up fat, you know. Like I had a chef.
He said earlier that he lost 50 pounds in when he started going to the gym. He lost 50 pounds in 3 months, and that's what gave him the drive to kind of be motivated in life.
I grew up from a well-off family, you know. Like I had a chef. I grew up from a well-off family, bro. I literally had a button by my desk. I would play RuneScape. I'd hit the button and had Nutella sandwiches on my desk 2 minutes later, like it was a chef button. Whatever I wanted, and all I ate was junk food. And I thought I'm gonna be fat forever. And once I saw, like, when you put time in, you.
Wow, that's an interesting thing to reveal about your childhood. The fact that you would, and maybe he's exaggerating a little bit, but you can tell that he did come from a very well-off family. If he had access to chefs that could prepare food for him while he's fucking gaming on fucking PlayStation or whatever.
Achieve results, like that was it. It's a wrap.
What do you say? Because I've seen like people say online and in comments, they say like, oh, you didn't work for this, or you got the business handed to you, right? Like, what do you say to like that?
Maduro, yeah, thanks for that. What was he? He was the guy in Venezuela, right?
How do you deal with the hate?
I say that there's that 95% of people who inherit businesses from their father. Firstly, I did not. I got a loan from my father.
Yep.
Will fall apart and lose most of it. Okay. I took a loan, I multiplied it over 100 times, and I repaid the loan, and I have nothing from my father, but he's my mentor. He's my only mentor, and he's a superhero mentor. And if you want to say it's daddy's money, I don't give a fuck, bro. I got 18 cars outside. I got 500 watches that you dream.
That's right. I mean, he came from a rich family. He took money that, and he turned it into something. I mean, there's no arguing that the business that he built is he's not losing money. This isn't a hobby for him. It's a money making enterprise. So, he probably used some seed money to buy his initial stock or whatever, get into the business. But everything that he achieved after that is, self-achieved.
Of, and I don't give a fuck.
I like his attitude.
Mentor. And if you want to say it's daddy's money, I don't give a fuck, bro. I got 18 cars outside. I got 500 watches that you dream of, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important. Like Logan Paul says that all the time.
Shout out to Logan Hall, star of Logan Hall's Grill Streams. He says that all the time.
Because I'd say like he's like one of the most, like in the influencer internet space, he's like one of the most controversial voices that people want to come out and try to tear down. He was like, it clicked for me one day where he was like, I'm not going to allow other people to tell me like how to live my life or how I should live my life.
Sure.
And I think so often, like so many of us are kind of dictated by outside of opinions when it doesn't.
It sucks, and we're all culprits of it, I think. And I think life is so much better when you just don't care about what other people think or want, and you just do what you want.
Be careful. Be careful about buying what you like. But listen, if you have friends and you trust their opinions, that's a good thing. But yeah, generally do what you want as long as it's the right thing. You have to have people you trust.
Good.
Yeah.
Your life, just no matter what you're doing, it's going to be better if you stop caring what other people think.
Yeah. How cool is it to do business with your brothers?
Funny enough, the person who taught me that lesson the most was 6ix9ine.
Really?
Yeah. Just not caring what people think. Like, bro, he has rainbow hair, 1,000 tattoos.
6ix9ine, that must be some kind of like rapper or social media guy, whoever that is.
Tattoos, right? Like, he just doesn't care. And like, bro, he's no matter how controversial he is, like, dude, I've traveled with him where all you can see is this, like face mask, sleeves, gloves. And bro, he gets recognized like he's Trump, bro. It's like, it's retarded.
What's been your craziest story with 6ix9ine?
Dude, I made 6ix9ine's vape. I mean, we hung out a lot.
I made 6ix9ine's vape. I don't even know what that means. I made 6ix9ine's vape. You guys, I need a translator.
Like, we done crazy shit that I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit.
Yeah,
Bro.
bro.
He used to be in my house like every week.
Really?
Yeah.
He just got out.
He just got out, yeah.
Have you talked to him?
Got out of prison, right? I don't know if I'm assuming, right? When you just got out.
We haven't talked much because I actually...
We haven't talked much because he's been in prison. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not slandering the guy.
Got a subpoena directly from the IRS for 6ix9ine, like saying he owes the IRS $20 million, and I know you're paying him for dummy vapes, so you got to stop today.
Paying him for dummy vapes. What does that mean?
And when that happened, I told him, and he's like, bro, if you're not paying me, how am I going to promote the product? And I was just like, bro, we're friends.
I have no idea what these guys are talking about. Brody is in the chat. He's a moderator. He's a member and general counsel of the Original SC Channel Network. You need a jabroni to English translator. Yeah, Mathis, jump on. Help me out. Help me out. Is this jabroni talk? Jabroni Watch Talk Monday? That's funny. That is funny. Now we're gonna keep going with this. We're almost done. Maybe 15, 20 minutes left. He's actually gonna get to Watch Talk, I think, at the end here.
I'm paying your fucking bill. And the product, like, he didn't want to promote it if I wasn't giving him the money. Like, I can't because I'll go to jail. So really,
shout out to the Journey podcast. I dropped the link in the chat. Thank you guys for letting me replay this in its entirety. And we do so consistent with the United States copyright laws under fair use, but they also gave me permission. So I dropped the link in the chat. Good interview.
But to me, I was just like, dude, that shit's fake. And like, you know, we're still like, if we see each other, we're going to hug each other. We're going to dap each other up. But like,
even though he's been in prison and I haven't talked to him in years. Let's see if there's a Watch Talk here. Watch talk. Watch talk. Boom. Okay.
Easier with that. Delegation to me is everything right now.
Rolex or Patek?
Ooh, okay. Rolex or Patek Philippe. That's just, I mean, listen, both are awesome. Both are awesome. Which do you, Rolex or Patek? Either. Either. But he's going to say Patek, right? Because Patek is higher on the luxury scale, right?
Patek.
AP or Richard Mille?
To me is everything right now.
Rolex or Patek?
Patek.
Patek, Paul.
AP or Richard Mille?
AP or Richard Mille? For me, 100% Richard Mille. AP is struggling. AP is struggling. Terrible collaborations, weird choices, giving too much credence to social media douchebags, weird collaborations, crazy marketing. AP is, listen, AP is going to turn it around. I hope AP turns it around, but right now, definitely Richard Mille.
Right now.
Rolex or Patek?
Patek.
AP or Richard Mille?
Richard Mille.
Yes. Moser or Oris?
Rolex or Patek?
Patek.
AP or Richard Mille?
Richard Mille.
Most overrated watch right now?
Most overrated watch right now. Most overrated watch. Man, most overrated. This is dangerous territory. Overrated. I don't know.
Land Dweller.
Ooh, the Land Dweller. Rolex Land Dweller. Most overrated.
Richard Mille.
Most overrated watch right now?
Land Dweller.
Most
Wow.
underrated watch?
Most underrated watch. Most underrated.
FP Journe.
Best
F. Peugeot. Wow. Underrated. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Good answers here. Brody says the Daytona. See, the thing about hosting a show like this is I can pick the context in which I pull this up. So, like, most underrated watch. Brody says the Daytona. Wow. Most overrated watch. Brody says the Daytona. I was like, I have no idea. Like, you got to control the context when you make a comment, or else I'll mold the context to whatever I want. I think FP Journe is underrated. In 2026, where's this guy been? Yeah, it's not underrated. What is up with that?
Land Dweller.
most underrated watch?
FP Journe.
Best
no,
watch?
Maybe he means that has the most runway to appreciate. Maybe that's what he means.
No, I gotta correct that because those who buy it, the price is very high. Most underrated watch.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's correcting himself.
That price.
Hold on for 1 second.
Very high. Most underrated watch.
Yeah. Like, what's the best value? For what you're gonna spend?
I would have to say something like a freaking G-Shock, bro.
Really?
Like, you know.
What?
Best
No. I gotta correct that because
What?
those who buy it, the price is very high. Most underrated watch.
Yeah. Like, what's the best value for
Best
what you're gonna
value.
spend?
I would have to say something like a freaking G-Shock, bro.
No, come
like
on.
A Tissot or because these brands that are so less expensive compared to the stuff I sell, they actually have good, nice Swiss movements. They're quality and they're good watches, but yeah, they're not investments.
But they're not worth anything. Oh, but they're not investments like the other watches, like Richard Mille, AP, Rolex, and Patek.
Actually have good, nice Swiss movements. They're quality and they're good watches, but yeah, they're not investments. They're not gonna get the flex appeal in Miami. So yeah.
Best watch under 10K.
Best watch under 10,000. Is the Submariner under 10,000? Come on. Best watch under 10,000 is a Rolex. Rolex Oyster Perpetual, Datejust, Submariner.
Old Submariner with no card.
There you go. See?
Best watch under 50K.
Best watch under $50,000. Best watch under $50,000. Steel Royal Oak, Day-Date, Daytona, that kind of thing.
Day-Date, Olive Dial.
Day-Date.
If you get it with no card, because with card they're going for like close to 60.
Don't buy a Rolex without a card. Come on, Neel, don't do that. Don't do the customers dirty like that. You want to get it with the card. Get it from the AD. You know, or go to David SW. Go to you, but I mean, get full kit, full set.
Best watch over 100K.
Best watch over $100,000. Retail? That's tough. I'm not sure.
And by the way, competing with the Olive under 50, I would say AP Royal Oak 41.
There we go. See, AP Royal. He's on par with these are OC approved answers pretty much.
Best watch under 100K. Something from Rolex or AP.
Yep, he's spot on. Patek, if you can get it, but you're not going to be able to get anything under 100 grand from Patek.
Like, it's hard to say exactly which one. Something Rolex, like a full gold AP or a full gold Rolex.
What's
you can
one
get a platinum Daytona for under 100K? Maybe
awesome.
That would be it.
Excellent choice. The best choice, platinum Daytona. There you go. Neel nailed it.
I remember, I think after our episode, we had you pick out watches that you think look best for us. And I think for me, you picked the Royal Oak AP. It was gold. It was gold with the black band, with the rubber band. I remember that one. Is that the one that you were talking about?
I think
that one.
Brody says the Land Dweller looks like an inbred watch that's missing a chromosome. Ooh, that's tough. That's harsh. That's harsh, Brody.
For me, you picked the Royal Oak AP. It was gold. It was gold with the black band, with the rubber band. I remember that one. Is that the one that you were talking about? I think that one floats around that.
No, he's not talking about that one. So in other words, it sounds like he picked a Royal Oak offshore as this guy's first watch. That could be
like 50, right?
There's so many like variations of a full gold AP we could do under 100K.
Yeah.
So yeah, any of them.
Remember, the guy's original budget was 7,000 to 15,000. Now it's 100. Now he's looking at stuff under 100,000.
Yeah. What's one watch that like every super rich guy has?
One watch that every super rich guy has: a Day-Date, a Daytona, super rich, Nautilus, and Richard Mille, and a Royal Oak. I mean, listen, all the OC approved watches are watches that super successful and rich people have. But the more rich you get, the more expensive the watch. So, you know, you're rich, you have a Day-Date, platinum Daytona, precious metal sports pieces from Rolex. Then you have sports pieces from Patek, or you have complications or grand complications from Patek. You have Royal Oaks. They can be steel. They can be complicated. They can be open work. They can be ceramic, whatever. And then you have Richard Mille.
Yeah. What's one watch that like every super rich guy has?
The rose gold green face Day-Date. The
Day-Date, but a specific one. Rose gold, ever rose gold with the green, with olive green dial.
I has.
The rose gold green face Day-Date. Every single client I have wants that watch or has it already. It's crazy. Sell like 3 a week and it's not cheap.
Wow.
It's 55.
Still popular. The rose gold olive.
1,000.
Wow.
Every single week, bro.
What watch screams new money?
What watch screams new money? Richard Mille, but it can also be very old money. But yeah, it does scream new money on a lot of people.
What watch screams old money?
Patek Philippe Calatrava, a round one, on a leather strap.
How much is that?
It depends, bro. It starts at 20, it goes up to $8-10 million, and you would never
He's I think he's nailing these answers, right?
Screams new money.
watch Screams New Money, Richard Mille, but it can also be very old money. But yeah, it does
Yeah, but
scream new money on a lot of people.
What watch screams old money?
But Patek Philippe Calatrava, a round one on a leather strap.
How much is that?
It depends, bro. It starts at 20, it goes up to $8-10 million, and you would never know. You from the DNA, like a round strap with a round watch with a leather strap, you wouldn't even know it's a Patek because most people only know their Nautilus and Aquanaut.
Yeah. Best first.
I mean, it's funny in his world, Patek is known for the Nautilus and Aquanaut, when in reality, Patek is really known for conservative dress watches.
Luxury watch.
Best first luxury watch.
Yeah. Best first luxury watch.
Submariner.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would aim higher because he should be buying something that's not entry level. But yeah, for most people, Submariner, GMT, Datejust.
Worst luxury watch.
Worst first luxury watch. The worst is any brand other than Rolex as your first luxury watch. Anything other than Rolex, that could be Tudor, Omega, any of these brands that they try to sell you as entry level, Tag Heuer, whatever.
Something like a Hublot. Yeah, because you go in a store and you buy a Hublot. Like the other day, I want to say 5-6 days ago, I bought a Hublot for $3,500. The MSRP was $19,500. You get smoked.
Ouch. Wow. It's smoked. You're getting smoked, bro.
Yeah.
That's great.
They look beautiful, but you get smoked.
Wow. What watch instantly gives you like respect?
Ooh, what watch instantly gives you respect? Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe gives you the. I mean, Rolex is good, but Rolex is very mainstream, and there's cool people that have Rolex, and then there's some weird people that have Rolex. But Patek Philippe, almost always, someone's wearing a Patek Philippe dress watch. Boom.
Instantly gives you like respect.
I'd say the most. It depends who you want respect from. Like, do you want respect from the whole club, going out to a nightclub, or do you want respect from the
nightclub? Do you want respect from people at the nightclub?
Want respect from the whole club, going out to a nightclub, or do you want respect from the entire conference room when you walk into a meeting? Because for the meeting, I would say Patek. For the club, I would say Richard Mille.
Woo! There you go. Patek Philippe for the boardroom, and Richard Mille for the party room.
Is there a watch that you kind of like lose respect if you're wearing it?
Tudor, or anything other than Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille.
Is there a watch that you kind of like lose respect if you're wearing it?
Hublot.
Oh, that one.
Hublot. You lose respect. I don't know if you lose respect. You just lose your ass. You lose all your money.
Same one? For sure. For watch guys, it's horrible right now.
Wow. And what's the most faked watch in the world?
Most faked watch in the world? It's easy. I mean, all of the Rolexes are fake. They fake a whole bunch of shit now.
Right now.
Definitely Rolex.
Of course.
Super clones exist. Thank God we've never been scammed by one. And yeah, we actually so every Rolex we buy, we check the serial in the Rolex database because we have a plug at one of the dealers. So like we see how it was born, when it was sold. Like,
yeah,
we can't get scammed on Rolex.
Yeah. And what's the
Chelsea's in the chat? Chelsea says Hublot is better than Tudor. OC is right, 100%. Hublot is better. You lose your ass buying it. Even in secondary, I don't even recommending buying them. I mean, a lot of the Hublots that I like, Unico and Big Bang or whatever they're called, they're 20 to 25,000 retail. You can buy them for 10 to 12,000. I still wouldn't buy them. Do OC and Buckley need the word plug defined? I don't know. I don't even. What is plug? Maybe. We might need it defined. We might. These are good watch questions, though. And I think for the most part, Neil's nailing them with pretty much good answers.
Hardest watch in the world to get right.
Hardest watch in the world to get right now.
We can't get scammed on Rolex.
Yeah. And what's the hardest watch in the world to get right now?
That's either FP Journe. It's hard to get FP. It's impossible to get FP Journe now. And if you want specific models of FP Journe, it's impossible. And those Rolexes that I mentioned earlier, off-catalog Rolex, like the one with the sapphire bezel, the Le Mans, certainly like the new Jubilee dial, because it's not even out yet. Some crazy APs, like if you want like ceramic, like that navy ceramic, Royal Oak, very hard to get. Some Richard Milles, obviously.
We can't get scammed on Rolex.
Yeah. And what's the hardest
50th anniversary Nautiluses, obviously.
watch in the world to get right now?
The hardest watch in the world to get today should be either the RM 6702. It's those ultra thin, the one that all the F1 drivers wear.
Okay.
RM 6702, the very hot watch. I think you can get them. They're just expensive. I think you can get them. No, you can make a call and get one anytime in secondary. You just can't get them. Get those at retail.
Just go on Google RM 6702. You can pop up an image right here. I'd probably say that's probably the most sought after hardest watch to get today. That the new Bubba.
Most sought after. That's an amazing. That's an amazing statement. 6702 is one of the most sought after references right now.
That's probably the most sought after. 702. You can pop up an image right here. I'd probably say that's probably the most sought after hardest watch to get today. That the new Bubba, or
the new Bubba he's referring to, the 5501. It's not technically a Bubba Watson. It's the heir apparent to the Bubba Watson lineage.
Yeah, I want to say 6702.
Wow. Richard Mille 6702 in his circle is the most sought after watch right now.
And what's your dream watch that you haven't bought yet?
I want an AP open work, AP skeleton, rose gold with rubies on the bezel. It's one of 5 in the entire world. Reference 154120OR if you want to put a picture up. It's like 800.
Okay, rubies on the bezel. I don't know. I mean, some of these Royal Oaks with the gems on the bezel, the bezel, the gems and the bolts. It's not my jam, but it's whatever.
100,000. Yeah, I'm just looking at the right price. I know where to get one. I just want to buy it right. Anything I buy for myself, I'm cool waiting. I buy it right.
So he's waiting for prices to fall.
And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I'll tell you the best piece of advice to ignore: buy what you like, buy what you love. Best piece of advice you've ever received: reach for the cross, reach for the crown.
So 2 of my favorite sayings are success loves speed. So when you want to do something, you shouldn't think about it. You should just do it. If you
Oh boy. If you want to do something, just do it. Don't think about it. Success loves speed. And he's not talking about the amphetamine or whatever it is.
Speed. So when you want to do something, you shouldn't think about it. You should just do it. If you fail, cool. You learn from it. Yeah, it's an L. You take a loss, but you also get the L, which is a lesson. And, the same mistake.
Take the L. Take the L, baby.
It won't happen again. And besides success.
Take the L uptown to the Bronx.
Success loves speed. I love the saying God and grind. I think God played a major role. Like
God and Grind, by the way, I'm opening up a coffee shop in Manhattan. It's called God and Grind. We're going to offer espressos, cappuccinos. It's like all best coffee drinks. He stole my name. God and Grind.
Speed. I love the saying God and grind. I think God played a major role. Like, dude, ever since I started praying, it's weird, but like the profit I made,
All blessings to
multiplied,
God. All
and,
blessings to
dude, I
God.
couldn't stop praying after. And it's not only for money; it's like everything in life, dude.
I pray. That's right. I would say that a good solid 15% of the time, 15% of the time, I'm not praying for money. I'm praying for other things. Yeah, so like it's not just praying for money. It's praying for other things. A small percentage of the time.
God really helped with everything in life, and grind, bro. I say the harder you work, the luckier you get. It's not luck. Nothing's luck. Like if you
The harder you work, the luckier. Oh, but it's not luck. It means like the harder you work, the more success you have.
put in hours, you are gonna get lucky. He's gonna get lucky. Like everyone will get lucky if they work hard.
Yeah. And what's the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
Buy what you like.
To be trusting of people, because dude, you should not trust. Business is business. Don't
That's right.
involve your relationship outside of the business.
Don't trust your friends. Don't don't trust it. Trust but verify, as Reagan would say.
Like that will just end up fucking your relationship or your business.
Yeah. Well, Neel, this was dope.
This was dope. This was absolutely dope. I want to thank The Journey podcast for allowing us to replay their interview with Neel Alwani. And I'll drop a link right here. The Journey, this is not the band. There you go. There's the link. And I'll find out the name of the guy who did the interview and his podcast. But listen, pretty cool. And I want to shout out to Neel. Neel's welcome to jump on anytime if he wants to do an interview here on the Original OC channel. Happy to host him. Next time I'm in Miami, Neel, I'll definitely come by. Maybe we'll do a video there. But yeah, upvote the live stream, guys. And then we'll do this. We'll do this at 5 minutes. We'll do a 5-minute cool down period. If anybody wants to jump on the panel and talk, here's a link. It's pinned, but here's a link to the panel right here. Boom. And we're gonna do the 5-minute countdown. 5-minute countdown. But upvote the live stream and make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff. Guys, check it. If you're a member, please use your free member milestone chats for the month of June. Use them before you lose them. And if you don't have a star next to your name, that means you're not a member, which is totally not cool. So I'll drop a link to the memberships here. Please become a member or upgrade your membership from a desktop device, not from your Apple iPhone. And if you have jewels to redeem, if you're in the chat and it says that you have jewels to redeem, click the redeem button and redeem them and then spend them on gifts here on this channel. But now we're entering into Q&A phase. Q&A phase. Hey, look at this. Thank you. Is that a real? Oh, I can't pull it up on the stream. There's no integration for me to pull it up on the screen yet in StreamYard. Maybe there is. Hold on a second. Maybe I could show. Nope. It doesn't come up. Diego M sent happy poop for 10 jewels. That's funny. Diego M, you're the first person to officially send a, what do they call these things again? A jewel? That's funny. Is there really, there's a happy poop thing here? That's funny. Oh, there is. For 10 gems, you can buy happy poop. That's fucking hilarious. Diego sent a clutch for 30 jewels. Guys, spend your jewels here on the Original OC channel. If YouTube's giving you free jewels to redeem, so you might as well use them. Diego, jump on the show. Jump on. Link is pinned in the link is pinned and it's somewhere in the chat. Everybody jump on. Jump on the panel. Let's go. I'm going to give you 5-minute warning. Anybody who wants to jump on can jump on. Anybody who wants to jump on can jump on. See if there's any watch-related news today. Watch-related news. By the way, congratulations to the winners of the French Open, also known as Roland Garros. I was watching, what's his name? Zverev or whatever the hell his name is, the German guy. Hey, Diego M sent another 6. Sent a 6-7 for 67 jewels. How many jewels do you get for free? I mean, you guys have like hundreds of jewels for free? This is awesome. Vamal says the Phillips auction is this weekend. The Phillips auction is on the 13th and 14th, I believe. We have some auctions coming up. I'm going to be covering the here in New York. Christie's, Sotheby's, and Phillips are all doing auctions. The Christie's auction is on the 12th. Phillips auction is on the 13th and 14th, and Sotheby's auction is on the 15th. I will be covering some of those auctions. And if you are in New York and you want to go to the Sotheby's, Phillips, and Christie's viewings this Thursday, today is Monday. You can join me this Thursday. We're doing a giant meetup. We're hitting the Sotheby's, Christie's, and Phillips viewings for all 3 New York auctions this Thursday. So if you're watching from New York, hit me up on WhatsApp or on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not going to be covering the some of the specific lots, but I will be covering. I might be there in person for some of these things. Never know. But the Christie's is on Friday, Phillips is on Saturday and Sunday, and Sotheby's is on Monday. Big auction week here in New York City. Okay, let's see. We got 3-minute warning. If anybody wants to jump on, 3-minute warning. Do it. Someone jump on. I'm broadcasting live from OC Patio. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to enjoy myself. If nobody jumps on, I'm going to end the stream. I'm just going to check it out. I'm going to lay by the pool. I'm going to lay by the pool. The pool was a green swampy mess a few days ago, but now it's looking amazing. What's up with the hair? The hair is out of control. I'll also take questions. Is anybody interested in asking me a question? For those of you who don't work, jump on the show. Jump on the panel. All right. Sounds like we're done. Are we done? Last call. OC, question from Joy Martin in the chat. OC, can Vacheron ever move up to improved brand? Or do they not have the juice to make it to the top tier? Absolutely, Vacheron does. Vacheron has had a fantastic year so far. They've revamped the 1921. I've seen the new rose gold one. That's not my cup of tea, that watch, but it's a beautiful watch. They've introduced the Everest 2 titanium in 4 colors: brown, green, blue, and white. It's a hit. It's a hit. And they've introduced a super overpriced platinum overseas with a salmon dial. But definitely, I mean, Vacheron is doing better than AP this year. For 2026, I can easily see swapping out AP mid-year for Vacheron and making the 4 approved brands Rolex, Patek, Vacheron, and Richard Mille with a little bit of F. Pajorn. The independent brands don't count. F. Pajorn, Simone Brett, Reshep, all that shit. Because you're never going to get those. And those are great hype watches, great investment, appreciated, watches that appreciate kind of watches. Of the real brands, real watch brands, Vacheron is doing a phenomenal job. They did a great job last year, and they're doing a good job this year. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, I bet you if we did a vote, and maybe we'll do one of these streams, should Vacheron replace AP in the OC approved brand list, I think Vacheron would fucking crush AP. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Upvote the stream on the way out. Please leave a comment. Please leave a comment about anything that Neel from TimePiece Trading mentioned in his interview on the Journey podcast. And again, thanks to those guys for letting me replay their video. Last minute thoughts. Are we done? Are we done, guys? Last call. Going once. Going twice. Last call for someone to jump on or for questions. Joey Martin, your channel needs some sort of board or chart updated frequently with brands moving up and down and their standings. No, we really don't need one because there are only 4 approved brands. And it's Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille. And AP is vulnerable. AP is vulnerable right now. Could be replaced with Vacheron at a moment's notice. Peace out, guys. We'll catch you on the next stream. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. See ya.